If you're wondering why I'm over here, sitting down in a random part of my office, it's because, well, it's just really nice lighting. Honestly, the sun has been MIA for like the last couple of days because of the storm. Fun fact, Storm Helen was beating people's asses. And yeah, honestly, I was gonna keep it here, but now I miss holding something. Hold on. Okay, that's better. I like holding small things. Anywho, welcome! It's been a minute. And by a minute, I don't know exactly how long it's been since I posted my last video, but I think it is sooner than later, hopefully. Please, Kuro, tell me you're doing that. Yes. So, well, it's October 2nd, and I haven't planned or made any October / Halloweeny / scary season / oopy spoopy season ideas. So here we are, trying to pull something out. And while doing that, mind you, I had no inspiration to do anything, honestly. I'm a cosplayer. Fun fact, cosplayers, actually, this is our down season. Most cosplayers do not cosplay or wear costumes in October unless it's for a convention. But this isn't even cosplay related, so it doesn't even matter what I said. But our queen, our wonderful, majestic, beautiful lady, Megan Stallion, posted the really, like, most cutest little photo earlier on October 1st. It was really freaking cute. It was a little pumpkin head. And, like, I mean, it's like, everyone's done a pumpkin head, but hers was just cute, and I forgot about pumpkin heads existing, and I like pumpkins. I really like pumpkins, which is why I'm dressed up as, like, a country-loving farm boy right now. If you get that reference and you chuckled, thank you. If you didn't, it's okay. But all that to say that I inspired, like, which is not surprising, but inspiring, but also really not that surprising. But the cool part about being inspired is the fact that there's no limits to where my I almost said expiration. No, inspiration comes from. So that made a loud crunch. Hold on. Come here, bestie. Just gonna get a little closer. So, bestie, I got a fantastic idea. And that idea specifically is a pumpkin purse. Right? Huh? And mind you, like, I saw a bunch of videos and pictures and stuff of pumpkin purses, and I was like, damn, I really want a pumpkin purse. And then one of the creators that I really love sold out of their pumpkin purses. So instead, we're gonna make our own. But the cool part is that I actually had a design of another purse that I wanted to make for the run fair that didn't happen. Hopefully that'll happen next year. I really hope it's happening next year. But for the time being, even though I can't make that, I decided, why don't I use that exact same idea / pattern, but make it into a pumpkin? So yeah, that's what today's video is about. It's about pumpkin purses. And most likely you already knew that because you clicked on the thumbnail, and most likely the thumbnail was a pumpkin, but who cares? You'll hear from me and pumpkins and maybe a little bit of learning of crafting. The only problem is, though, I've never made a purse of any sort, actually, at all in the slightest. So I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. I hope this turns out nice, and I hope this is not a death-defying, sad process that makes me want to cry in the end. If it is, oh well, then I just, I accept my fate. But here we are. So come along as we experience the great cuteness of a pumpkin purse. But anywho, thank you for watching this video, and come on, let's do this. Ooh. Okay, so this is like a couple days later. If you're wondering what happened. Yeah, so actually, as we're sitting in front of me, I tried making a pattern that I thought made sense. But one, my pattern's uneven, and two, it kind of stumped me. I didn't think about it until now, but I've never actually made a purse before. I've never made a bag before. So the structures of a bag are a little bit different, and also because I'm not using my own personal body, I can't like change the frame of everything. But, we're working with things and we're trying new things. But good news is that I did actually find I found a pretty usable pattern that I kind of found on Pinterest / the internet. I'll link I'll link the actual creator and their descriptions and everything down in the description bar below. It's not in English. I want you to know that right now. This pattern is not in English. It is in German. I'm so sorry. If anybody knows what language this is and would like to put it in the comment section down below, that'd be great. But this is a pattern I found. This is the only thing I found that's kind of close to it, and I'm going to, again, mostly tweak it. It kind of is in the similar base of what I'm trying to do, but the only difference is that I'm actually going to turn in the edges and again just alter a little bit of the pattern, and also the materials are a lot different. But this is my base pattern. I think I'm going to use this pattern as a base and go from there, because I just genuinely don't know what I'm doing, because I've never made a purse. So yeah, let me print that out and then we'll get on to the making process. I need y'all to know the complexities of trying to break down this pattern. I had to like open it in this Adobe, which I didn't have at the moment, so I had to like refigure it out how to open it. Open it in Adobe, break it down, but I couldn't see it, so then I had to like literally like pull out pages and put it on the floor to figure out how big this stupid pattern is gonna be. I had to resize it like 7 times, but now I think I have it. I'm gonna do this is 9 pages on the ground. It's only gonna actually use like the 6 at the top that you see, but 9 pages is what it's saying it's gonna print out to. And then from there it should be a decent size. I'm also panicking because I'm running out of ink in my printer, so if I don't do this right on the first time, I'm screwed. Yeah. I hope this is it. If not, this is going to suck. Here I'm cutting out one of the petals for the purse. As well, this is the base of the purse that's going to go on the bottom. I then retrace to create the new pattern piece that's going to be the actual petal for the purse. I now retrace the pattern onto the base fabric that's going to be mainly the thing holding the entire purse together. When it comes to fabric like this, you want to make sure to do a rolled hem, because it will definitely be fraying if you're not careful. So I noticed specifically when working with this type of pleather material, these little tiny fuzzies were coming off. So my solution to get rid of them was to basically just burn it all off. I had to do it with all of the edges of all the material that you see here. One unfortunate truth about sewing is that it's always good to measure twice and stitch once. Because man, oh man, you don't want to make a mistake on this. Once I laid out all of my petals, I immediately tacked them down with some pins that I had laying around so that nothing would hopefully move while stitching. Okay, so I stitched the first 4, which are in this little X pattern. I don't know if you can see that. Well, can you see that? Yeah, you can. X pattern, which is 1 across from each other, right? And now these guys are gonna go right on top like that and make a little tiny square. Like where? So now I'm gonna stitch these guys down on top of the X. So now everything is stitched down nice and clean. So we're gonna take a little circle right in the middle and stitch around everything. Oh, this is gonna be a little tough. Ooh, it's not super tough for the pins to get through though. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Yeah, it looks about right. It just blends in. Can you even see it? You can kind of see it. Ew, it looks so pretty underneath the camera. Like, very stiff. Oh, I'm gonna be really slow with this one. And then just start the first needle already in there. Back stitch to make it pretty. Oh well, the needle and thread. It's like, the pattern is so cute. It's like a little star and a circle around it. But there's like a little bunching from the looping of the fabric. But she ain't moving, so good enough for me. Now here I am stitching on the outer ring of the pattern. To make sure that my eyelets are properly placed and properly spaced, I'm using the actual patterns visual of where the eyelets sit to make sure that everything is in the right placement. So all that's left is to stab the hole, attach the eyelets, and then use the grommet press to press them in. And then I just simply rinse and repeat for the rest of them. All I hear are screams every time I dare to close my eyes. And then you want here, I want you need here. I need you guys to know, again, if you haven't listened to Epic, go take some time to go listen to that, because that sucker is poppin'. Such a good little musical. Anywho, I am back. So now that I've stabbed all holy holes, it's looking like a prime pizza here, ain't it? Or like a really interesting medieval device, but it's not. And I'll be honest, this was supposed to be a pumpkin. I'm a liar. It looks like a cauldron now. I've kind of squished everything together just to see like what the general shape is going to be like, and it's no longer a pumpkin. It's a cauldron. But cauldrons are still Halloween and very cute, and I don't feel like changing that up. So it's a cauldron now. Now, before we get farther on this cauldron, I actually need to make little belt loopies, and I went through my stash. Oh, just dropped that. Went through my stash, and look what I found. If it doesn't read on camera, it's these D-rings. They're very useful. They're not silver. I have silver ones, but I feel like they're gonna not match the... Actually, let me go check. Hold on. Okay. Look at these. I have these silver circles. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it looks kind of good. Okay, I have the D-rings, but never mind. We're gonna use the circles. But all that to say that we actually need to attach these circles, D-ring things, whatever they are, to the bag so that the bag can actually be held up by something. So I'm thinking, just work with me here, work with me. If I, like this, you know, and then these are going to be, sold in. Yeah, look a little like that. You know what? These are starting to turn out more like... This bag is starting to become more like a D&D dice bag. The more I do this, the more I look at it, the more I participate, the more I'm like, damn, you know what? This is kind of like a D&D dice bag. All right, I do need to actually make a pattern real quick, though. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we square it off at the top like that, and then we do a little little looper off the top on the other side. Make it a little bit longer. And then I'm just gonna cut it out. I feel like when people ask me like, how do you know how to make the cosplays? It's literally just like this. Like how I just did in front of your very eyes. Just me taking a piece of paper and drawing what I think it should sort of kind of look like on there. And then me going, good enough. And then, you know, cutting out that piece of drawn paper. And then kind of sort of testing it out and seeing if it'll match what I'm imagining. Okay, so now ring, paper, sticky, clip down. Look at that. Look at that. And then we just right on the side of her. Look at that gem. Okay. I think that works pretty good. That's a pretty decent pattern. So stab it back through. I love using like scrap it? Wow. Scrap fabric. I just put two words together, you know? Scrap fabric, it's so useful a lot of the time. And if you're like, you just cut that off of a big roll of fabric, that is not scrap fabric. To that, dear sir, I say, haha, it is actually scrap fabric because I purchased this fabric from a prop shop. If I haven't said this before, I've purchased this fabric from a prop shop that unfortunately in Atlanta has gone out of business, so she not living no more. And this fabric was probably going to either be thrown away or given to like another warehouse to just sit in a warehouse, because that's what film fabrics are most of the time used for. If not used for draping curtains, they're most of the times used just to be background props, which means that they most likely will never be used. And also, which means that not only will they most likely never be used, they'll probably just slowly deteriorate. Good job, me. Until the point of no return, and then they throw the fabric out. That's what happens a lot of times. And you know, I mean, it serves its purpose. They don't get used for a very long time, but they're also like there for a very long time, and they are also used in films. But also, they don't really get used for a very long time. So I don't know. In my head, I'm still helping the environment, because in my head, this is still like this is the same as using fabric that you get from a thrift store. The only difference is that I have a lot more fabric. First one's cut out. Shing, shing, sparkle, sparkle. All right, let's get the other one done. I burn them edges. Imagine if that was how you solved your house problems. Burn your edges. Not your house problems, listen to me. Your wig problems was just by burning your edges. Burn them real quick. Alright. Here I found some materials that I've found in my scrap fabric stash from forever ago that I'm basically going to be able to use to make the rest of this purse. Look how cute that skeleton is. Yeah. I take the smaller cord and weave it in and out of the eyelets so that the inner part of the purse can close tighter while the outer part of the purse can stay kind of a little bit more open. To hold the outer loops shape a little bit better, I put the thicker cord inside those loops so that it can kind of hold it together. But to be able to stop the cord from falling out, I'm making this small little cross fold thing. I don't know exactly what you would call it, but look, you've seen it on purses. It works. Little tiny holes. I feel like I just have a bunch of scraps that I'm lucky enough to come across. Here's a strap from like an old Jinx cosplay I had. It's just leather scrap. I'm really gonna just take this and scoop it around here like this and stitch it on both sides. So it'll just be a cute little handbag. The leather cords are very, very thick, so to be able to tie them into a knot at the end, I actually had to soak them in steaming, piping hot water, just for a little while until that they were more moldable and bendable for me to be able to tie. When tying the knot, make sure to pull as tight as you can, so that when the leather dries, it'll stay in that position. And that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching.